All of YouTube is obsessing over the full ray tracing mode in this game. For me, the real headline here is the fantastic ray tracing this game brings for all users and all RT-capable GPUs. This game is impressively performant on a wide range of hardware. The first jungle level just isn't a great showcase for this game. You really have to play further to get to those tombs and crypts where the developer clearly spent most of their effort. The standout graphical feature for this game is its ray-traced global illumination. The game features a lot of static, unchanging levels and areas. We don't really get to see a lot of the dynamic nature of ray tracing. Instead, the remarkably stable output of the ray tracer could be mistaken for baked-in light mapping. The usual artifacts of ray tracing, ghosting and flickering, are nowhere to be seen. So let's investigate. What is it that is ray traced? Starting off with ambient occlusion. Is it screen based or ray traced? The ambient occlusion sticks to the walls here and doesn't get confused with the overlapping leaves. Screen space ambient occlusion would stick to these pipes here. Instead, the shadow is on the wall, slightly away from the pipes. Finally, we have arrived at the scene where we can see the occlusion shadow change as the hand moves. Or a bench being occluded as someone sits on it. The occlusion shadows underneath these jars are directional to the light above.
It has to go somewhere.
We can also clearly see smudging from the denoiser of the ray tracer as the jars are picked up and dropped again. How about shadows? Well, clearly these hard shadows are generated by shadow maps. There are, however, two types of shadows. In addition to these hard shadows, we also have soft shadows with beautiful penumbra-style fall-off. Curiously, in the beginning of the game, most light objects cast hard shadows, but later, as we progress, the same light objects begin to cast soft shadows, as if they had added soft shadows somewhere along the development and just forgot to go back and modify those early objects. None of the direct shadows exhibit coasting or smearing like we saw in the ambient occlusion section. It is safe to say that these are shadow maps. Last item I wanted to look at is global illumination. How do we know these are not just light maps? Sometimes we can see the game engine fill in the lighting data in front of our eyes. This is evidence of the lighting being generated on the fly, but the game doesn't contain any truly dynamic lighting scenes. In the game's console commands we can find mention of probes, which indicates that the game uses a hybrid solution for its global illumination. Pre-computed light probes serve as basis for their global illumination, which still provides the expected indirect lighting quality but prevents truly dynamic lighting scenes. It isn't a truly global or real-time solution, but limits itself to the last mile, so to speak. I find it a very sober design decision. It still provides the ray tracing visuals with certain limitations, and the performance attained here cannot be understated. It is said that ray tracing is the future. Machine games has shown us that the future is here. It's not about shiny path tracing modes that only run on few high-end GPUs. It's about bringing ray tracing to the average gamers. And here, machine games has succeeded big time.